Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Morning, children. Got Cappy's favorite coffee mug from Wall, South Dakota. Filled with pretty hot coffee. And it's time to get the work going on. Dear Cappy, like many men, when I was first introduced to the red pill, I wanted to meet women and improve my game. This led me to the world of pickup artists, PUAs, where I proceeded to spend money on seminars and one-on-one coaching with a pickup artist I won't name. I'm wondering who he is. Like, is he one of the popular ones? I don't know. To be honest, it wasn't worth it. I think it was mostly a scam and a waste of money. But people keep insisting that you need to have game and that the art of pickup artistry is necessary to meet girls. What say you? I've been watching your videos for a while now and don't remember you giving much pickup advice on girls. Would like your opinion as you seem to be an unbiased third-party asshole. Really love your channel. Keep helping us boys out there. Victor. Now, I am not Sherlock Holmes, but I looked at Victor and Victor's last name. I know a little bit about the Asian community. I say, are you Asian, are you short, and are you an engineer? Which is really not going out on a limb, especially given his last name, which I won't mention. And yes, he is Asian. Yes, he is short. Again, didn't go out on a limb there. And surprise, surprise, yes, he is an engineer. I'm like, well, you're the low-hanging fruit for a bunch of pickup artists, scam artists. So, all right, let's go through it. I have a mixed opinion about pickup artists, but let us talk about what does get girls. What I do know gets girls. I know you're an engineer. I know you're Asian. I know you boys in general like to be formulaic, so let's just go through what does get them. And in the old captain's many years of dating, here is the two variables and traits that get, it's 90%, okay? It's 90% of what gets women. And that is your height and your physique, okay? We're not even going to be bothering with height because nobody controls it. You don't control your race, you don't control your accent, you don't control things you were born, you don't control that. You don't control your eye color, all right? In short guys, I'm on the shorter side of things. You just born, so we're not even going to waste time with that. What you do control, however, is lifting weights and working out, all right? And I'm not joking. All that time you spend in a nightclub, all the time you spend at a bar, all the time you spend online chasing girls on the Tinders and the dating apps, and certainly all the time you spent in pickup artistry was a complete, maybe not even the pickup artist school, but for the most part it's a waste of time. For every hour you spend in the gym, I'm not kidding, that's equivalent to 5 to 10 hours of you actively going out and trying to hunt down a girl. Because actively going out and trying to hunt down a girl doesn't work. It doesn't work. Women want a tall, ripped dude who's good looking that will fuck them silly. Period. No different than you guys out there. You want a girl with big boobs, long legs, ass that can back up into this, and long hair. Okay? So if you don't even have that, again, taking height out of it, if you're not in good looking or good enough physical shape, you're just wasting your time. And your time is better spent at the gym. I wouldn't necessarily just getting ripped, but getting trim, getting in shape, and looking good. Okay? And we could even maybe throw in fashion a little bit there too, but that is something you don't really have to work at. You just go buy the right clothes. So you have that. All right. The second bit of formula, I would say, is courage, which inevitably leads to welcoming, not accepting rejection, but welcoming, not having it faze you, having you laugh at it. By the time I was done, it was like a girl was rejecting me. I'm like, and I'm not trying to sound like an arrogant, cocky asshole. I am, but it was in my mind like, you're rejecting me? Good luck, sweetheart. And the reason why is we could talk about becoming your best Cary Grant, the Cary Grant theory. And that is when, inevitably you get to a point, you unturn every rock, you do everything that's possible, And you have to stop. You should be hard on yourself. Are you skinny fuck? Are you skinny fat? You look at all your faults and you assess them and be honest about it. You judge yourself harshly, cruelly, accurately. Well, then, slowly but surely, as you live, you knock out these weaknesses and these flaws. You hit the gym. You get a good haircut and design. You develop a devastating personality. You have accomplishments and achievements in life. You have status. So that by the time you're approaching girls and they're still rejecting you, you know you're the best version of your own Cary Grant that you could have become. And you're quite confident, like, wow, she made the wrong choice. Not like that's what you want to feel, like you actually do feel. Like, look, and I can go back, here I was banking, ballroom dancing, in good shape, hitting weights, at property, blah, 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 blah. And you guys say, where's this girl going to be 20, 30, 40 years from now? Like, where have all the good men gone? Dude, you had a banker, ballroom dancer, motorcyclist, blah, blah, blah. You guys know the routine. In other words, it's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Stand back. Like, if a girl who is a banker, what would be the equivalent? What do guys really like? Sports fanatic, in shape. Maybe she was a little tall because I'm a little short. Let's go. If she's a little tall, I think most of you guys would forgive that. Who had some really interesting hobbies. She came up and asked you out, and you shot her down. Well, would you even bother shooting her down? So the whole point is, you want to become the best version of you possible, so that when you get shot down, it's a joke, and the joke's on them. Now, beyond that, a lot of you guys are just fucking pussies, and that's what it is. And that is, you cannot handle rejection. My feels, my feels. Fuck your feels. You'll get over it. Don't worry. And inevitably what it becomes is a sales game, a numbers game. And this is a good skill to have outside of dating. I mean, your career, your finances, entrepreneurship, if you ever happen to go into these things, life is about getting rejected. The Walton brothers were rejected. Who else? Stephen King, Dr. Seuss, great authors were rejected. And it's just the fact that the real world is filled with a bunch of normie-conforming people who don't know what the fuck's in their best interest, and you gotta pound down those doors and give it to them. Whether it's a book script, or whether it's you as an employee, or whether it's you as somebody to date. So that is just, you just gotta embrace the rejection. And I see, no offense, I see a lot of you, especially the younger you were, saying to my chairman, what are you gonna shoot me down? What if she says no? I don't have time for this fucking bullshit. So that's another one, is you just got to get shut down. Now, inevitably what's going to happen, you're going to lift weights, you're going to become your own best Cary Grant, you're going to have the courage to get shot down, you're going to embrace rejection. These galvanizing forces are going to create an individual, a character. I wouldn't necessarily say this as status. I know a lot of guys say status, and that does help. That it doesn't hurt for you to have money. But what I'm going to say is it's going to develop a personality, and if you really work at it, like you watch Cary Grant movie, you go watch a Humphrey Bogart movie, you practice on being funny, you will develop charm, because one of the best ways to approach women is to be funny, is to get them to laugh, and that's called charm. Now, there's natural developed charm that comes from you being you over years. This isn't going to be tomorrow. This is not going to be tomorrow. I haven't become the lovable, fucking funny, happy guy that I am today overnight. But back in my day, I was quite charming. And I can say that with confidence because I was. But that is the result of you going through a path in life and going over challenges and conquering challenges and working out and this and that and that and this that develops charm. It is not what all you lazy fucking nerds think it is, and that's a formula. And that's where I have the disagreements with pickup artists. And not all of them, but some of them, where I remember I had a buddy, surprise, surprise, engineer again, although not Asian. And he came back one time, this is quite some time ago, with print-offs in a 3-ring binder this thick. And I'm like, what son of a bitch put that much effort? And there's graphs and charts and all this other crap. And he flew out to LA, I think it was, someplace in California. And this guy, God bless him, God, not my buddy, but the scam artist. That's I think it was either $2,000 or $5,000. This was in the 90s, maybe the early aughts. I'm like, this guy's got. This is brilliant. This is what I want to do when I'm older. Scam people out of the money. That was a scam. And the guy took the class. He took it also because he was an engineer. He was predisposed to approach everything as a math problem. And I got news for you, especially for those of you virgin engineer types. Women are not math problems. They are humans. They have independent thought and sentience. Well, I wouldn't say they're just like men, but in this capacity, in this regard of human emotion and brain and intellect, they are not robots. They are humans. And you cannot approach them as they are some kind of formula or algorithm to be solved. That you do A, B, C, and D, and then she's sucking your dick by the time in 43 hours, 23 minutes, and 33 seconds on the knot. It's not. She's not a train. She's not a formula or computer program. And so that's where, if they say if they make it look formulaic, if they start giving you bullet points, and I'm not against bullet points, you got to come up with some general points, there is some truth to it, but then they say, yeah, and it just works like this. It's just like, no, because not every girl comes cookie cutter, fresh off the presses in the assembly line. Every girl is different. And I've seen my buddy failed, a bunch of my other buddies that I know have failed, because they just, and a lot of them are engineers and programmers, and they just do, just do this, and then it's like, no. And what I found is the more you back off from that, or not even approach it, and it's an art, it's a game, it's a dance. Again, dancing is now populated by social justice warriors, but if you can learn to dance, you'll learn intuitively a little bit of the give and take of dynamics between men and women. Intuitively. You don't want to, for once, you don't want it in your frontal lobes. You want something in your back lobes. You're just like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, okay. Funny, charm, wit, da-da-da. And still at the top of my game, I still got shot down about 70% of the time. Like 3 in 10, 1 in 3 would say yes. That's a very high success rate, because most girls they're antithetical. It's not that they don't want to go out, they're programmed not to go out. They're afraid. They got to judge. They got to choose. We're going to argue Darwinism in here. But you can expect to get shot down the majority. And if you break above 15%, that's good. 1 in 10, that's good. Now, of course, things might be different with the internet, going online, asking people out online. I think it's a more effective screening tool. You're not going to a nightclub paying fucking covers and buying drinks. But the point is, women don't want to fall in love with a robot. If you were a machine or a device or a thing that could regurgitate the words that women wanted to hear, that they would spread their legs, well, then you'd be called a dildo. All right? You'd be called a sex toy. All right? That's what, it's very precise. It's a piece of machinery, and it carries out a specific function. That's not it. They want to get to know you. They want to laugh. They want to feel good around you. And so what you got to do is you got to be charming and funny. And then that, again, a lot of that comes through going through trials and tribulations, conquering hurdles, and not passing tests, but just going out and achieving things. But a lot of that is just getting a lot of practice interacting with women and getting shot down. A lot, especially if you're doing a cold approach or you don't know the girl. A lot of that, you just, again, getting shot down is good. That's like going to the gym and lift weight, because you're on stage. It's like improv. It's like acting. And the more you do it, the more you go do stand-up comedy, yeah, you're going to suck at first, but soon you'll get the feel down, you're going to be fast, you're going to be witty, you're going to be cool, and you get your default lines, but then you're also going to be able to play it. You're going to look at what she did. Being clever is what, the girl says X, and immediately I combine something with, oh, what is she wearing? And she said X. I think one time, what was that? Oh, this is one guy, friend, but when I first met this girl, I was like 28. She ended up becoming a student of mine. And they're gonna say, well, when you're old like me, you throw them out there. Yeah, when you're old like me. She's like, you're not as old as me. I said, well, how old are you? She's like, I'm 29. I'm like, oh wow, that's pretty old. Get them to laugh. And you know what? It's still, don't expect them to go out with you. Don't. All right. So, I mean, to answer your question, in terms of pickup artists, I do believe there's, game is necessary. And think about that word. Game means have fun. You gotta game them. Not necessarily scam them, although there is that element to it. But you gotta flirt, and you gotta press their buttons. You gotta make them laugh. Now, I don't know if that's possible with Gen Z millennial girls, because they all got their heads in the phone, and they seem to be a very sad, depressing bunch. But you want to frolic. You want to play. You want to poke and tease. And the quicker you are on your feet, which comes from approaching girls, the better you're going to do. So I do believe that there is some element of truth to pickup artists, and that they will all advocate you got to go out there, you got to try, you got to get shot down, you got to get rid of your fear. Where I draw the line is when they start saying like they got all the answers. And then there's these scumbags out there, and this goes quite a ways ago. This was before the internet now, where these guys would plant women at bars. I'm like, watch me, I'm going to go, my name is Slicky McDickerson. Hey, how you doing? Oh my God, do you see what I did there? I touched her with my left hand, not the right hand, because it's an odd day, and women's menstrual cycles make them more receptive to a man who uses his weaker hand. But little did they know I'm left-handed, so they could sexually sense that I was a strong... God, shut the fuck up. You want to go... Here's another way to view it. When I was in jiu-jitsu, we would practice positions and moves and bars, meaning holds, and how to break people's arms. You know what made us real good is when we actually sparred and fought. Alright? And this bullshit where it's like you go and you study academically, and you got a print off like this, and this guy's giving you a seminar, and I'm going to tell you a little bit, here's the program. When you start seeing flow charts, alright, that's too academic. That's bullshit. That's a scam artist. And that's never going to beat you going out into the real world and actually sparring and interacting and trying to ask out girls. Same thing with any martial art. Yeah, it's good to learn some positions, holds, learn to throw a punch, hit the jab, absolutely. But the best thing to do is just get out there and roll, spar. And that's what makes you a good, any kind of fighter. And I'm not that good. All I did was get my ass kicked until I got to my own weight class, because everybody was taller than me. Again, disadvantages of being short. So everybody who was my weight class were freshmen and sophomores in high school. And I just dominated them because they were limp-wristed, weak millennial kids. But the point is, you just got to throw yourself into it. Which is, again, why I recommend things like, ballroom dancing, especially if you're super nerd and you're super freaked out and your fucking Asian immigrant parents didn't fucking teach you about talking to fucking women. That's a nice step. I wouldn't stick in that field because, again, it's been taken over by social justice warriors. And it's not like it used to be. Today, nowadays... the men are all pansies in ballroom dancing, and the girls are just something off with them, something way off. But yeah, man, it's just go to the gym, put on some decent clothes. I'll allow you that one frivolity, and then it's just ask girls out and get your ass shot down, and get your knee scraped, and get your arm broken, get your heart broken, and you just keep pounding and pounding, and then soon you'll build up a callus. And then soon you're asking, and then soon you're also going to develop a little bit of, you'll be lighter on your feet, you'll be a little bit more spry, you'll be a little bit more funny. And then all of a sudden, hopefully 3 and 10, but I think, what was it, was Roosh up to 5, 1 and 2? And that's Roosh, that's like arguably the best playboy out there. But yeah, I don't even think pickup artists are necessary. I really don't. You got so much stuff now for free on the internet. Hell, read Bang, Day Bang. Roosh is a little bit more scientific, I guess, in his approach. But then again, he is coming from a clinical background. He was a microbiologist or virologist, whatever, same thing, I guess. You could read those books for a fraction of the cost. So don't fucking fly out to go visit some PUA, and don't fucking hire a coach. All right, don't do that. Coming from a guy myself, like if guys, what should I do with this? I'm like, you're not gonna get her. Why? Because you're fat and you didn't hit the gym. Don't even waste your time. I'm a very bad salesman. But anyway, yeah, so go hit the gym, and you know if you're good looking or not. Height we don't control. Little bit of clothes. Get your ass shot down, and then develop some charming personality. Be funny. Be witty. Don't be yuck yuck class clown funny. Be Victor Borga clever funny. Dry humor. James Bond funny. Alright? Oh my god, I got you all wet. Yes, but my martini's still dry. That fucking shit. Now, keep in mind that's scripted and rarely you're going to hit one out of the park fresh off there, but every once in a while you get one like that. Alright, that's it. Most of them are scam artists, but a lot of them aren't, but they all have some points and purpose to them. But for God's sake, don't. Once they start saying they got this magic formula and all you have to do is X, Y, and Z and you get A. Bullshit. Alright, that's the old captain. You guys got questions, go to assholeconsulting.com. America's older brother, that'd be me. We'll wake up, get stuff going on. I got all my links to everything down below. Books, podcasts, Patreon if you want to donate. Oh, someone give me a $5 donation. Awesome, dude. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And then look for the older brother podcast. Will be coming out with that later. I gotta get all the guys together on that one. So, all right, got more work to do. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.